G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara Stitching Realm. Welcome to another fortnight of cross stitching or lack thereof. Hello new subscribers, g'day to those returning, goodbye to those who have left. Okay, where are we at? We are not in a good place with our stitching. I just at the moment really am not interested in stitching at all, but I have touched 4 things and I had a bit of a revelation yesterday when I touched 2. I think going forward I am just going to stitch on what I want to stitch and not worry about my rotation and not worry about Flosstube, and if I only put up a 3-minute video with one thing that I've stitched in a fortnight, well, that's what you're going to get. I'm possibly toying with not doing Flosstube next year. I don't know yet. We'll just see. We'll see how we go. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to put pressure on myself unnecessarily. And if I've lost my stitching at the moment, I just want to... I don't want to stress about it, if you like. The only thing that I would do next year, if that's what's happened, is that I will just get on and get Touching the Autumn Sky finished so that I can return the chart to Susan. And I would post on Instagram, but I don't know. It's still too early to tell, and who knows what will happen. I might just suddenly click back into gear and everything's going fine. So I'll show you the 4 things I've touched, and I have some haul. So even though I was doing no by July, I did have on my little list that if Anne Grimshaw arrived at my local L&S Art and Frame in Christchurch, I would buy her and maybe another chart or 2. So I will do my best to try and not knock the camera. So I did a little bit of work, and little being the operative word, on pretty much all of this. I should have actually watched the last video, because I'm wondering if I've shown you something. I don't think I have, because I think I only did it at Stitchy Group last time. So I did a little bit of work on Sarah Watson from Whilst Iris Naps, and I am now down here in all the little motifs, and I've done the blue crown and I've done the blue thingamajiggy there, whatever that is. It's a heart. So yesterday I did another motif and I brought the border down. So I did the little floral thing underneath. I don't know if you can see. Basically this is the extent of the height. So it's going to be pretty small actually. I was quite surprised when I saw that. I don't know what I was thinking, but unless I've miscounted somewhere, which is highly likely. So that's where I'm up to, and I would like, this is one of 2 samplers I would really like to just work on and get done, because those little motifs don't actually take too long. I could just pull my finger out, but not if I think, oh, I've got to work on something else today. So the rotation is being kicked to touch for the time being. The other chart I worked on yesterday, if I can find the cover, is Jane Marshall, and she is from Hands Across the Sea, and I'm up to the 2 decorative bands at the bottom here. So what I did yesterday was make a start. I've done 1 flower. Let's move that bit of thread out of the way a bit more. I've got 1 starting flower and the vine that goes across. So this blue border needs to come down and kiss that vine. I just haven't done it yet. So that's the whole thing at the moment. And I reckon actually this, I could get this particular band done relatively quickly. It's the bottom one apparently, according to Pauline at Stitchy Group, the number 2 fan. It's the bottom band is a bit of a stinker apparently, because she's up to that part on her one. Okay. Then 2 weeks ago, so I stitched yesterday and I stitched 2 weeks ago on the Sunday. I did some work on Miss Lucy. And I'll put that back on the ground. So the last thing I showed you was that I was working on this motif here. But I don't think I had finished it. I believe that is correct. Someone can tell me. Maybe my #1 fan, if she bothers to watch. She complained she didn't even get her cup of tea finished last time. I don't know. That's not your #1 fan if you ask me. So, I'll show you this first. This fabric, there's so much fabric. I have finished that motif completely. Is that focused? Yes. Which means we now fold this up into something a little bit more user-friendly. I have finished the top third of Lucy. Those are the first 3 pages complete. So I'm pretty pleased about that. And I will actually, I don't have one handy to show you. I'm going to now, even though I'm in a stitching slump, start using a whip tracker for the last 6 pages. See how that goes, out of curiosity. So I'm pleased with that little milestone. And the only other chart that I touched, and I can't even remember what I did, but I might recognise it when I see it, is Jane Plenderleith, and I'm literally at the top border and the top band. Possibly what I have done, I think, I'm not sure, is, well, I know I've definitely come down here a bit more, and I think I've done this, started this foliage. I'm sure that wasn't done last time either. So just a little bit, but every little helps, Tesco, doesn't it? So that is my stitching for the last 2 weeks. It's better than not doing any stitching, but it's not astounding. So let's move on to the good stuff. So I, a while back, maybe 6 weeks ago, approached Karen at Art and Frame. I've got a hair right on the end of my nose, and said, could you look into getting scarlet letter charts? And she said, if I can, what would you like? And I said, Anne Grimshaw. So I got a call about a week ago. Yeah, it was last Friday actually. I've tootled off into town and I got Anne Grimshaw. Lucky, lucky. I'm so pleased with that reflection and me. So it doesn't, I can't see a stitch count other than I do know it's a big chart. I haven't really looked through the whole package. I only cut them open this morning actually, but on 40 count linen it will be 16.5 by 20.5, or 35 count 18 or 19 basically by 24.5. So it's big, but it's pretty. And while everyone does do it in black, you know where I'm going with that one. So they all come sealed in a really nice little package, and I've just taken the top off. So Anne, having travelled with her friends, could not come to my house alone. I got a log cabin sampler, and I really like the border. I mean, I like the whole thing, but I really like the border on this. And this one, it doesn't say what size fabric. I don't know. It says the finished piece is 13 3/4 by 19.5, but I don't know what on what count. Oh, 30 count. Okay. So log cabin sampler. And I'll just keep them in their little plastic sleeves. There's more. This is, oh yes, right, Dorothy Walpole. I really do like this, but I don't know if I will ever stitch it, and I brought it because it may never ever turn up in New Zealand again. I really do like it. 40 count linen, the sampler will measure approximately 9 by 24. So it's actually not as wide as I thought. And I guess the only thing that's really concerning me are these specialty stitches in here, which I'm sure that, look, there we go, stitch diagrams. I'm sure we could figure it out. An Irish Quaker sampler. Anyway, I just, this was basically, it's in New Zealand and I'm buying it because I may never buy it again. It won't go back in its bag. I'll try one more time and otherwise we'll wait. There we go. But wait, there's more. And this is the last scarlet letter I got, and this is the Dora sampler with a couple of houses on it, which I rather liked. There's a lot of grass I've just registered. I don't know why I didn't register it before. I guess you've got to stitch the sky, do you? Oh, okay. I had a little panic for a minute that there was no chart, but it's I guess old, 1984. Yeah. Looks like I've got a stitch sky as well. Groovy. On 30 count, 9 3/4 by 14 3/4, so not too bad. But I just like the houses there. And 18, 19, okay. And put her back in her sleeve. But wait, there's more. This is Emily Ann Foster, 1892. And I'm sure you can figure out why I got that. For another presidential blue. It is actually two colours. The God is Love is another colour, but possibly I wouldn't actually stitch God is Love on my sampler. I might put something else in that spot, in which case I don't need another colour. And this is 119 stitches by 128. 36 count, 6 by 7. Oh, the design is 6.5 by 7. Wow, so it is quite diddy. Ooh. If we pull our finger out and finish one of the others, we could maybe start there. That is my stash anyway, which is pretty spectacular for New Zealand, I think. And if you're in New Zealand and you like Scarlet Letter, please contact Art and Frame and, you know, buy so that she'll keep getting them. And we have a good variety of charts available. Okay, that is my lot for this fortnight. I will be back. I don't know for how long next time and how much I'll have, but I'm just going to relax and stitch what I want to stitch. And if I want to, at the moment what I want to do is try and get Jane Marshall done. That's the first thing on my list. So I might just, might be all you see next time. And there probably won't be any stash, but you can never say never, can you? So anyway, I hope you've had a better stitching week than me, and I will catch you again in a fortnight. Thanks everyone, bye for now.